How's your Sundance experience so far?
It's been good so far. I went and saw my friend Rashida Jones's movie, Jesse and Celeste Forever. That was great. And I'm doing a show tonight at the Bing Bar with Drake. Should be fun.
Are you rapping or are you?
No, I'm just doing comedy.
What's your panel about this afternoon?
I don't know. Maria Menounos is going to talk to me for 45 minutes. I have no clue what about. I guess just usual stuff.
What's the usual stuff?
I don't know. How did you start doing comedy? When did you first find out you were funny? What was it like the first time you went on stage? That kind of stuff.
What do you think your first big break was? Was it your talent agency for children?
I don't know. I mean, I started off doing stand-up, and that's kind of always been the thing that kind of helped me get started. So I would say just doing stand-up.
The first time? I don't know. I mean, I felt like even when I first started, like even though like my material was bad and stuff, like I was very comfortable on stage, and I was like able to kind of do things in the moment, and like I would get big laughs and stuff. But you know, it's a much different thing now. Like I'm a lot more proud of my writing and everything. But I always felt like I was pretty comfortable doing stand-up, even when I was first starting. So.
What about your biggest bomb?
Biggest bomb? Man, there was one time I was, whenever you're trying to do stand-up on like one of those late night shows like Conan or something, you make a tape and you tape it at a comedy club and then you send it to them. And so I had like a set that like I'd been doing that had been going really well, and then I went to this club, there was like a good crowd, I was like, you know what, let's put a tape in. And then I just tanked so bad, like just like, for some reason, just nothing at all. That's the only time, that was like the worst I've ever had it, where it was just like so bad, and I don't know what it was.
Was it the audience though? Like, could you have played the same jokes here and think you got it?
Well, that's the thing about stand-up is like I even said it at the time. I was like, I said like, you know, I told these same jokes like earlier tonight, and then they killed. I'll play you like a recording of it just to prove that you're wrong as an audience. I'm right. You're wrong. Something's wrong with you. Collectively as a group, you've made a wrong decision in your comedic interests.
You're stupid.
Yeah, but that is strange how, you know, you see comedians that, you know, I've seen it with myself and other comedians, you know, you'll do the same set and sometimes it'll kill, and then every now and then like one joke just won't work for some reason. It's just a weird thing. But that night it was strange because everything didn't work. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if maybe, you know, I've heard stories of people like, they do a joke about like, you know, someone getting stabbed or something, and like, it gets nothing, and then after the show someone's like, someone got stabbed here yesterday, why'd you do that joke? And that's why like nothing happened. So maybe that happened with every single one of my jokes.
What would you describe your style of stand-up?
My style of stand-up? I guess pretty autobiographical, some storytelling. I don't know, how would you describe it? Have you seen it before?
I haven't seen you live.
You haven't?
No, you've never invited me. It's rude.
Well, that's because I don't want you there.
I'm going to see you tonight, though.
Yes.
Are you guys going to come back and see him tonight?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, they got silent. How do you come up with your material? Like, I know you said it's autobiographical.
Yeah.
Are there boundaries for you?
I mean, I just talk about whatever's in my head. You know, the new batch of material I've been writing for my next tour, a lot of it's been about how I have a lot of friends that are having babies, getting married, and all that stuff is very scary to me. It still seems like such a faraway thing. And so I wrote a lot about that stuff. Really just whatever's going on in my life and whatever's kind of in my head.
Let's talk about what's going on in your head.
Okay.
Why are you afraid of marriage?
Why am I afraid of marriage? It just seems like, you know, it just seems like a big decision to kind of stay with someone for the rest of your life. And I haven't been in it's been a while since I've been in like a serious relationship. And also people right now, there's like, where do you find someone that's not terrible? People are bad right now. Overall, people are pretty bad. Like the bar is really low to be a person. So, I don't know. Are you married?
No.
See, so you're scared too, right? Or why aren't you married?
Yeah.
You asked me.
I'm here asking the questions. They didn't say reporter Aziz was coming in or Maria.
But it's an interesting thing, you know, because I found talking to audiences and people and asking them about those things, it's not something that's just me. I feel like a lot of people around my age are kind of at odds with the reality of like, oh, at this point in your life, a lot of people are settling down and having children. And you know, when I talk to my friends that have children, like, man, it's God. Like, I went over to like a friend's house. They had 2 kids, and I went in there, and they're just fucking yelling and going crazy. And I was like, I couldn't imagine like coming home and like
the kids are the adults
like, running around, and it's just like, oh my God, I'm so glad I don't have kids. It was really a moment of relief. But you know, I think eventually maybe I'll be into that stuff. But the idea that at this point in my life, a lot of people are doing that stuff, it just seems very bewildering to me.
But is it your like Hollywood friends that are getting married and having kids, or like your, I don't want to call them regular friends, but your non-Hollywood friends?
I mean, it's everybody. I'm from South Carolina. There, people get married and have kids even way younger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's a different thing. But yeah, I have friends that are both, you know, in the entertainment industry, and people that are not, that are, you know, both doing that. And I also have plenty of friends that aren't settling down at all. They're still just, you know, being goofballs like I am. And
is it more career